Yeah, we used a curiosity scale developed by Todd Kashdan, who is a primary researcher in the field of curiosity. And what we found was that people that were spiritually curious had higher levels of curiosity than practicing Christians in general. Practicing Christians are those that are sitting in our pews every week, and so there's a difference in our curiosity. We also used another scale where we took a look at how much we seek information for expansion of our knowledge, or we seek information to close uncertainty and ambiguity. And what we found is that Christians, practicing Christians, were significantly higher than the general U.S. population, and significantly higher, even more so, by a few percentage points, than the spiritually curious. So that tells us that in our churches, we actually have kind of a posture of certainty as opposed to curiosity. Well, we have to remember that we're always creating for our congregations and for the people that are in our church. So if they tend to be lower curiosities and have a higher need for closure, we're probably going to be shaped by our congregation more than we realize. And so I think we as pastors and ministers have to be really careful that we're really shepherding our congregations and that they're not shaping us. So I think that for me is one of those leadership things, is where am I stretching myself and where am I embracing change? Where am I seeing evidence of that in my life? Church people tend to have more structure, a lot less uncertainty. They report it to us in this need for closure scale. So if I'm interested in pursuing spiritual things, the church may be the last interesting place to do that, even though they may have the answer that I'm looking for. And I think that's what's really important. I think we need to think a little bit about how people can interact and engage our church. Because as much as we say church is not the building, a lot of what we do with our technology is about getting people to the building. And what we need to do is help people experience the body of our church. And that means, how does our church show up in their neighborhoods? How do they show up in their communities? How do they have a posture of presence that truly is transforming neighborhoods and cities? Our research on younger generations shouldn't just help us think about how to create for them or appeal to them or attract them. What it should really help us understand is they're thinking really different than us. Our generational research should help us appreciate what a younger generation brings to the table. And so what we have to do is bring and open up seats at the table of imagination for younger generations. And I think that we have to start creating a culture of curiosity in our churches. So developing a culture of curiosity, a posture of curiosity in our world is going to help us reach the world in a much more effective way as leaders in the church.